So in the previous class we had discussed about the transportation in animals like unicellular organisms by two processes like diffusion and osmosis. So now in this class we will discuss about circulatory system in humans. So the diffusion and osmosis that can result in transportation of substances to short distances only. That is why they are applicable in unicellular organisms, because to a very short distance transportation takes place. But for bigger and complex organism there is a need of more complex system for transportation of substances. So in human is a very complex organism. A human has different organs, different parts which has different functions. So in human this job is done by the circulatory system. So this transportation job is done by the circulatory system, and the circulatory system in humans, that is composed of three main components. The circulatory system, it is composed of three main components, that is blood vessels and heart. Three main components are there in the circulatory system: blood vessels and heart. If you will see the human circulatory system, that this is the human circulatory system. It is given in your book. You can see having different parts, different organs, how the transportation takes place through aorta, pulmonary arteries, descending aorta, femoral artery, then superior and inferior vena cava, pulmonary veins, femoral veins. So using all these things, the circulatory system is transportation takes place. So first of all we will discuss about the blood. Blood is a type of tissue which plays a very important role in the circulatory system. So it is a type of tissue. It is a tissue which plays very important role in the circulatory system. So blood works as the carrier of various substance. It is the carrier of various substance, and the main components of bloods are blood cells, platelets and plasma. So blood consists of blood cells, platelets and plasma. So blood is a type of tissue and it is work as the carrier of various substance. The main component of bloods are blood cells, platelets and plasma. So if we will see the blood cells, so there are two main kind of blood cells in human beings, that is RBC and WBC, red blood cells and white blood cells. So two main kind of blood cells are found, red blood cells and white blood cells. RBC, red blood cells or red blood corpuscles, we can say, these are in the shape of disc. They are like in the shape of the disc. They contain pigment called hemoglobin. Because of the presence of hemoglobin, our red blood cell RBC, means our blood is red in color. Its name is also indicating red blood corpuscles or red blood cells. So in our red blood cells there is a pigment that is called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin binds with oxygen and form oxyhemoglobin. Hemoglobin, it reacts when we are taking the oxygen, it reacts with oxygen, it binds with the oxygen and form oxyhemoglobin, and it is mainly responsible for transportation of oxygen in the body. So because of that only oxygen is transporting in our body. Hemoglobin also transports some amount of carbon dioxide. So red blood cells contains a pigment that is called hemoglobin. It binds with oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin. That is why it is responsible, mainly hemoglobin is responsible for the transportation of oxygen in the body, because it can bind with the oxygen and transport oxygen to different parts of the body. So hemoglobin, it also transports some amount of carbon dioxide. Next is our white blood cells or white blood corpuscles. So these are present in various shape. RBC is present in disc like shape, but white blood cells, they are present in various shapes. They engulf foreign particles and harmful microbes. So they engulf the foreign particles and harmful microbes, helps in fighting diseases. So these WBC, they help in fighting diseases. They make the immune system of the body. So RBC helps to transport the oxygen to different parts. WBC helps to fight disease and make the immune system of the body. Next is platelets. Platelets are fragments of cells responsible for clotting or coagulation of the blood. So platelets helps in clotting the blood. In case of injury, the blood clots after some time. That is because of the platelets. This prevents the excess loss of blood. So clotting of blood is a defense mechanism in a body which is done because of the platelets. So it helps to clot the blood. So in the blood cells there are two main blood cells, RBC, WBC, and then one platelets is there. RBC helps to transport oxygen, WBC helps to fight the diseases and make the immune system, platelets helps to clot the blood which is a defense mechanism in the body, and because of this clotting excess blood loss is not there after injury. So along with this there is a plasma, there is a liquid part of blood that is called plasma. So plasma is the liquid part of the blood which is pale in color and makes the largest part of the blood. So the liquid part of blood that is called plasma, it is pale in color and it makes the largest part of the blood. So next is our blood vessels. Blood vessels are also three types, three main types are there: arteries, veins, and capillaries. So blood vessels also three main types are there: arteries, veins, and capillaries. So arteries are made up of thicker walls and they carry oxygenated blood from heart to different organs. So they are carrying oxygenated blood from heart to different organs. Pulmonary artery is an exception because it carries deoxygenated blood from heart to the lungs. So only pulmonary artery, it is different because it is carrying deoxygenated, means the blood which carries carbon dioxide from heart to the lungs. Otherwise other arteries they carry the oxygenated blood from heart to different parts or different organs. Veins are made up of thinner walls, they carry deoxygenated blood from different organs to heart. So artery function is to take oxygenated blood or pure blood from heart to different parts, and veins function is to bring all the impure blood or deoxygenated blood, or deoxygenated means carbon dioxide rich blood from different organs to the heart. So pulmonary vein is an exception because it carries oxygenated blood from lungs to the heart. Like here pulmonary artery, it carries deoxygenated blood from heart to lungs. In veins, pulmonary vein carry oxygenated blood from lungs to heart. Only this pulmonary artery and vein is the exception. Other arteries, their function is to carry the oxygenated blood from heart to different parts, and other veins their function is to carry the deoxygenated blood from different organs to the heart. And capillaries, these are the fine branches of arteries and veins. Capillaries are the fine branches of arteries and veins. You can study the function of, you can learn the function of arteries, veins and capillaries from your book. It is given very clearly. So here you can see this is like red blood cells, its shape is like disc. This is platelets, white blood cells, and this is our plasma in which blood vessels are there. And in your book arteries, veins and capillaries definition is also there that you can learn. So in the next class we will discuss about heart.